What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. On the last video, you saw a tour of the Fusion Sound and Lighting warehouse. On this video, we are going to look at some of the incredible new lights and some of the stuff that's been out for a while from our friends over at Both Lighting. Again, Rick Webb was gracious enough to host us, so stick around, watch this video, and see what you think of all the new stuff. And I think I'm gonna go shopping as well. Stick around. Or the stands. Never seen them in person, never seen them in a show. I'm gonna get me some white ones today.
So these are, if you got them all on one side, they do that. They're top heavy.
Right.
We're trying to get this bag redesigned.
Yeah, you're shooting it. Okay. So
that it comes out on both sides.
Okay.
We don't like this. I'd rather it open on the end.
Yeah.
Just slide them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they go in a sleeve. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of a sleeve, they're individually into like a 4-bag. We're trying to get it redesigned. If the guys in China can't do it, we're about to hit up 2 feet. Was it 2 feet? What's the bag company?
Tukey. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
We're about to hit up 2 feet.
I got another guy too for you if he don't.
Cool. But
oh, those look great. Actually, you're right. The white kind of
helps blend in.
Yeah.
It helps get rid of the chunky part that you don't like.
Yeah.
So, turn them on. Wireless DMX.
Wow.
Built into them. So they're already set to our channels.
So then they come with the foot that you just had in your hand a second ago.
Yes, so they come with the feet.
There you go.
Which you can screw those onto the bottom. You need to have, there's an Allen key that you use to put it on, which is kind of annoying.
Sure.
But for the most part, we don't use them.
Yeah.
Unless we have to.
Wait, what did you say about an Allen key? Sorry. They don't just screw in?
They do, but you'll need an Allen key to make sure this is tight.
Crank
Otherwise,
down.
this can like get loose.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just part of it's just one of those things that we're trying to get figured out to be better.
Right.
Like you can do this, but over time, like if you try to undo it, it can undo that bolt.
Yep, I see what you're saying.
Become loose.
I got
like
you.
You can already see it. It's kind of loose now.
Because that one bolt kind of holds that whole structure together.
That bolt holds this mechanism together, which keeps the feet on. So over time, that can wiggle out, and then this foot will fall off, and you got to reassemble it. So
yeah, I guess in terms of, but before we talk about the stands, the whole point of the tubes, other than looking cool up by the booth, is to wash the crowd, right? Yeah. Like that's why I'm using
dance floor lighting. I mean, that's literally
because these are your movers are scanning the room, ceiling, blah blah blah, and this washes these people that are right up here going, yeah.
So we've had these for over a year now.
Yeah.
And when we got them, I instantly just started taking them to all my events, kind of like what you did this there. Just took them to every event, and then on the back end, we started to try and sell them for the DJs, and not really. We've had some, that have seen tubes before, like I gotta have the tubes, but like for the most part, people are like, I just want to dance for.
Right.
So we just switched the beginning of this year. All our guys bring 4, just bring 4 because they're just like they're a thing that clients don't know they need, but like it'll just take the party to the next level.
It definitely looks better on video and everything else.
Yeah, and
you see faces.
Yeah, and it's eye candy too. And like unlike a 4-bar wash. These actually look amazing in photos and videos and stuff. It just looks epic. Like, what are those?
So which brings us to the stand. Because with the foot, it's almost like hits you at your stomach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look.
So, right. All right, so yours are taller. Right.
Yeah, they are a little bit taller.
Right,
but, you get a packed dance floor, these are useless now.
Right, so stay right there. So, just in comparison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're.
I've actually seen, I've seen them in person. I've never compared them side by side. Wow.
I mean, you can see a big difference. So this says Stera AX1, Both Lighting 360 tube. Diameter, I don't know, not double, but 0.5 times.
Yeah, because I think these are 1.5. These are 2 inches around.
Yeah. Anyway, just a comparison. Okay, so the point of the stand though is to get them up off the ground. Let's talk about the stand.
So the stands have been a big learning thing. First off. So we always take 4 tubes and we take 4 stands because it comes in the bag with 4. So each one of these pops out. You got your base plate and your bolt. And then you got the small tube and the extender part. So it assemblies. Assembly is not the greatest in the world, but it just screws together.
Okay.
And I'll show you some learning stuff here in a minute because we've had.
Are you holding the nut on the bottom or the?
It's a square nut, so it doesn't. You don't need to hold it. I'm just keeping it from falling out.
Gotcha.
And then you just screw this part on. Just make sure you don't cross thread it.
Yep.
And then once you do that and tighten it down.
How many does that little bag hold right there?
4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then this is the part that extends up and you can lock it down or stand down, but that's what the tube just screws right on.
Nice.
Gotta line her up.
So they get high. Wow.
Yeah, these go up in the air. So for reference, it's probably about 11 feet in the air. 10 feet, 11 feet, something like that.
Sure.
But yeah, and then you can do any height in between, of course. So a lot of times I'm rocking 2 at this height and 2 at max height, so that you get some variation in height. Couple hacks though we've learned, if I can find them. And I'll have to go to the workbench to do this, but. So one of the problems we ran into is this will fall out and you'll lose this.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can take a pair of pliers here and we can take that black part off and permanently screw it onto that.
Gotcha.
And that allows for a new opportunity too that we've learned. So let me grab a pair of pliers. I'm gonna come back over this way. I'll let you get. So basically what we've done with all our guys, this is a brand new set, we haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Is you unscrew this, which takes a little bit of force.
Okay.
And then you permanently mount this onto the bottom here.
And do you put any Loctite or anything on?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put a dab of red Loctite on there because otherwise it will come out over time.
Right.
You know,
Like this.
somebody with too much muscles.
Sure.
So tighten it down with some Loctite. But now one of the coolest things, where's the other piece of this tube? I'll have to steal one. Is now you can make any variation of height you want. Because this is the same thread as that.
Right.
So instead of using this bottom piece, say you're on a stage, you can go even lower with this, just this. So we pretty much don't use the feet at all.
Yeah.
We'll use this or that.
Right.
And you know, so at my wedding setup with Nick, we used 6. So we had 2 at this height, 2 at this height, and 2 at max height.
Right.
And someone else pointed out that if you had more of these, you could literally endlessly make them higher, but I don't think I'd recommend that.
11 feet sounds plenty high to me.
But yeah.
That's really cool.
And then, you're literally almost at this height now, but it allows you to go lower.
That's really cool.
So.
And will the base plate still go in the bag with the little nub on it now?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
One of these actually has it on there, permanently mounted. I think it's this one. This is a new set. We haven't got to all of them. So the way this works is you just basically, there's 4 sleeves.
Yeah.
Slide down on the side, and then all your poles just go in the middle.
Easy.
And you're done. And
Dang.
you take that, take your 4 bag.
Yeah.
Done.
I like the white a lot.
Yeah.
A lot better. Like you said, it doesn't look so chunky with that big black mechanism on the bottom.
And you know what's funny, interesting fact, black sells more than white.
Really? Most people have black gear.
Yeah. And that's kind of what it comes down to. If you got like a black Bunn booth per se, black tubes are going to look better.
I agree. And obviously the stands come in black.
Yes, they come in black as well. They're all up there on the shelves over there, but yeah.
I love it. I like
We call this the bomb because it looks like a fucking grenade.
Sure, I love it.
So what we did was we bought a 1 to 4 outlet, and then we literally just gaff taped 4 of the bricks that charge the tubes together and have the cords. So you plug that into the wall, you plug this into each one of your tubes, just right there on the IP.
And do you leave them in the little sleeve when you do that?
Yeah, we just, so that's why they're all on like this, because we just do this, we just slide it out, plug them in.
Right.
Yeah, unlike the uplights, these don't get hot when they charge, which is, I think it's just, they're IP rated, they're sealed, they're designed to do that.
Sure, okay. Super cool.
But yeah, that's why we're trying to get a redesigned bag, so if it's just one zipper, you just plug them in, good to go. Versus this that opens from the top. This is basically what I consider is they probably took a bag for like a tripod and repurposed it to use for the tubes. That's why there's sleeves. So we're trying to get a redesigned bag to come out in the next few months.
You said there is a hard case, but it's kind of bulky.
Do we have one laying around here? Let's see. Yes, they are on the, well, they're on the ground back here in the box still. But this big ass case down here fits 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's that big.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Right.
And it's it's like a giant latch. It opens from the top, and then you got your 4 on top, 4 on the bottom, and it's just unpractical.
Yeah. I feel like a shotgun case would work pretty good. Like if anybody's reverse rigged, like those Harbor Freight, like shotgun cases.
You could definitely do that. But I think it's just part of the fact of how big the tubes are.
Yeah.
In comparison to like the Esteras.
That's right. Yeah.
You can squeeze more of those together in a case.
Right. That's right.
So yeah, we recommend everybody gets the 4-unit bags.
Yep.
The big cases are just outrageous, and they're even inconvenient for charging because it's the way it opens, and you have to leave it open to charge. It's just very inconvenient. I tried using it. That's what the first samples that we ever got came in the 8-unit.
Yeah.
And I got so pissed off with the case.
I mean, dude, this is, like man, most everybody, you just said, your guys the same way as my guys. They have mid-size SUVs. Some of them have cars. Mm-hmm. If you want wash lighting, you can't, put that in your car, you're doing something wrong.
Some guy he designed like a rack in his trailer. He doesn't use a bag at all. That like has like wood, and it slides in and holds the tube like this in his trailer. Like he's got like 8 of them in a little rack.
Yeah.
And my question for him was, how do you get them in the venue then?
Right.
He's like, oh, we just kind of pile them all together. I'm like, oh, but that's a cool rig. He sent.
I like the trailer part.
They sent the rig for it. And I was like, yeah, but yeah.
Dude, I love
the bomb.
Yeah, the bomb. And
this is our system.
Like, so let's say you don't have sound switch like we were talking about earlier. You have, is there a remote?
There's an IR remote. I'm not sure if I got one, but there is a sound active.
Right.
Yeah.
Basic remote. Yeah, just like all of them. Yeah.
So there's a sound active, whole functional. There's actually a whole step to sound active. So because it's a sealed tube.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
There's a base plate on this. So if we look at. So this tube is completely sealed because these are actually IP65 rated. You could use these outside. I wouldn't recommend submerging them in a pool, but
if they got sprinkled on, they'd be.
Oh yeah, if you use these at an outdoor event, you can totally run these in the rain, no problem. Just make sure you seal this cap right here.
Sure.
But because of that, the sound active mode doesn't work unless you use the included extra base plate. That allows for the sound to actually get in there to the microphone so they can hear it. So if you're using sound active, again, you just got to get a pair of pliers, unscrew that, screw that on, and you're good to go.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And you only have to do that on the master. So they'll master slave one to another. So you only got to do it on the main master that you're using. Yeah.
Love. All right. What else you want to show us, both lighting wise today? What else do we got any new movers? I don't have that. Do I have those? I don't have that.
You don't have any of these.
I don't have any of these. So we talked a little bit about the tubes. I'm going to definitely leave with at least 4, maybe 8 of those. So let's talk about the movers that you guys are selling now, starting with this guy here on the table, because I don't have this.
Yeah, so one thing that's cool about our Both Lighting USA is that we actually field test and use all the same lighting as everybody else. So we're learning and seeing what works best in the field. And one of the things you and me were just talking off camera is that, Both Lighting has the MH150 spots, and everybody wants a spot mover in the DJ industry. And personally, we feel that this right here, which is a wash style, it's a wash beam fixture, is actually better because the spot movers, unless you have haze or fog,
which are very rare,
looks like crap. It literally just looks like dots flying around the room to some degree.
Right.
But this right here is a wash style fixture. So imagine your wash bars, but now it can move around in the environment. So the actual lens you can see will move in and out, and it goes from a tight beam to a wide wash, which is kind of cool. So you can still do some spotlighting with it because it actually can narrow down in the beam pattern. But you got an RGBW up here, so red, green, blue, white, and it's an LED zoom moving head, and it's lighter, so it works better with the gravity stand setup, which we've switched all of our guys, just like you do with the gravity stands now for the most part.
What's it called?
So this is the Aurora 1915.
Okay, cool. All right, I love that.
So it's both lighting. I call them just the wash movers.
Okay.
Personally, because that's what it is. It's a wash mover. That's what our terms. We have spot movers and wash movers.
Okay. Spot mover,
this
is a wash mover.
Yep. Okay. So we'll take it off blackout right now. And this thing is very bright, just like like the spots are. So, normally I'm running this at like 30% brightness. I bring the brightness down. Same thing with the spots. I bring them down because most venues it's too bright.
Right.
But yeah, They move around, spots, changes colors to the music if you're using sound switch. I mean, the tubes are running on sound switch right now as well.
See that? That's cool.
Different combinations.
Love that.
But yeah.
Okay.
Pretty simple to use. I mean, fully DMXable, PowerCon in. You got your wire. You got DMX in and out, PowerCon in and out on the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And these have an on and off switch now.
Yeah. This has an on and off switch on the back.
Okay.
You can leave them on if you want, but
all right.
You can totally mount them on truss too. They got the full plates on the back, so you can mount them upside down,
right.
whatever you want. Full color display on the front, just like the other ones are, so you can change all your settings.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let's talk about top left. What's that guy up there?
Yeah, so we're looking at all the different movers. We don't have the spot mover out here, but this right here is the big boy. This is a brand new, it's an LED 300 watt hybrid fixture.
Okay.
Hybrid meaning it can do beam, spot, and wash. Ooh. And it's a big boy. I mean, right here's the case for it. This bad boy has a good amount of weight to it. I don't know if you want to do a little lifting today.
Yeah, it's definitely right. It's definitely heavier in the 150.
But it's 300 watts and the 150 is on 150 watts. So this is double the brightness. Really cool. They integrated the clamps into it. So this is really designed for more production level people.
Right.
So this has the clamps literally integrated right into it. So you can mount it right on truss if you're doing hangs. And then they just fold down out of the way, which is super dope.
I love that. That's too cool. Yeah, the road case still isn't crazy big though.
No, that's one of the coolest parts about both lighting is they designed the road cases that perfectly fit their lights.
Yep. I agree.
Full LED screen on the front. You got PowerCon in and out, DMX in and out, and a power switch, and that's pretty much the fixture.
Okay.
Then over here, we have the BI mover.
Okay.
So I actually don't know all the specs off the top of my head on this because it's so new.
Yeah.
But pretty much you got your, 7 lenses up there, each one of them individually color controllable via DMX.
Sure.
Color display on the front, of course. PowerCon in and out on the back, DMXable. The case, nice and compact. Same clamp feature on the bottom of these ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, these are just really designed for the production guys.
Yeah.
Or the overkill wedding DJs.
Right. Like us.
Like us. So, yeah.
All right, I love it, man. So Rick's got to run. He's got a call to get on. Marcellus is going to take over, his right-hand man. And man, it's good to see you, number one.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the walk around the
I'm glad you got to see it, man. This is awesome. I love this.
Dude, I love this kind of stuff. And we're going to let Marcellus take over and show us some more lighting, some unreleased stuff, and keep the tour going.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Rick's gone. Marcellus is here. And we're still talking about both lighting stuff. As you can see, we're running a couple lights on auto in the background, just a couple of the movers we were just talking about. Tell us a little bit about the unreleased product here.
So this is the new chroma cannons. They're a can-like fixture with a single diode. They will be hex. You do have your screen on the back, so we'll go ahead and get that turned on.
Oh, nice.
It's a long press to turn on. So it's running practically the same interface as the IR4s.
Yep.
So you'll be able to wirelessly DMX them and master slave them with the IR4s. And that also means you got the wireless DMX address setting inside the fixture as well. So you can set to your red, your blue, your green channel and connect them with your DMX software of choice. They are super cool. They got an adjustable lens here, so you can adjust the angle of the light that's coming out. They kind of create like a V-style design. You guys probably seen some similar lights to it, but real dope lights so far. They will be coming in black and white. The silver is a prototype model, but we think most of you guys would like white instead of silver. So we're gonna be doing black and white in these chroma cannons.
Wow. You have a price on those yet? Do you know?
No price just yet. Price coming soon. Definitely cheaper than the IR4s though.
Okay.
They'd be a steal.
And then, so let's just say you were on the fence and money wasn't a stopping point.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the IR4, which is what I use and you guys have seen me use, and these? Just the beam pattern, really?
Yeah, I would say the beam pattern and the brightness.
Okay.
I would say these give a real distinct design compared to your traditional uplight. So if you're really trying to like create like a background effect for
like
instance, yeah, behind your booth, behind the head table, maybe a lot of corporate events and stuff like that, will like that type of design because it gives that nice sharp beam, and especially when you layer them, they look pretty solid.
Dude, I love that. Super cool. I think those are going to be a big seller, man, for sure. What do you call it again? The Chroma Can?
The Chroma Cannons.
Chroma Cannon.
Yep, okay, the Chroma Cannon. So it's a lot easier to put into a trussing than your typical uplight too. So I think that's what a lot of DJs will start to use them for as well.
That's going to be cool, especially if that was scrimmed up.
Yep.
That would look sick with like a white scrim on it.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you really need for a truss totem.
Yeah. Well. We made it back to Raleigh just in time for Saquon to get to his other job. We almost ran out of gas, but we made it back. And that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of the current products from Both Lighting, some of the new products from Both Lighting that aren't even out yet, and then some of the stuff that just came out. I picked up, we'll show you in just a second, 4 of the 360 tubes and some of their white stands to go with it. So we're gonna incorporate that into my show now. All in all, a great trip. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave the video a big old thumbs up, and leave a comment because I love to respond to those. Thank you guys for watching. New videos coming soon.